Hello, this is William McKissock, your expense reduction consultant. And as you know, we like to promote other businesses on social media, even though we're not a marketing company. And a quick shout out to my favourite publicist, Dr. Scarlett Smash. And she introduced me to my guest today, who is Bryan Chavis, who's with a company called Buy It, Rent It, Profit. And it's in the real estate market, the real estate ownership world. So welcome to the show, Bryan.
Thanks for having me, William. Good to be here.
Absolute pleasure. So, buy it, rent it for profit. We get it. It's in the real estate world. It's about helping people invest and making money in the real estate world. Before we get into talking about what you're actually doing, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. Just a very brief background of yourself.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I greatly appreciate being here. And I agree with you about Scarlett. She's the best publicist out there. So big shout out to Scarlett. Me, a little bit about me. The name Buy It, Rent It, Profit Education is the name of the company. Buy It, Rent It, Profit is if you've been in a bookstore in the past decade, then you've probably come across Buy It, Rent It, Profit in the real estate section if you meandered through there. And so it's a Simon & Schuster bestseller. It's, I think, only one of 4 books in the U.S. Library of Congress on the subject matter of property management and real estate investing, which is my background. That's how I got started in the industry, is working in the multifamily industry for over a decade, and then kind of started my own and launched my own education and consulting firm. And yeah, I'm in the space now. I also own and operate multifamily and have a fund where we raise money and raise capital to acquire investment. But my passion is the education and the consulting.
And teaching people to get into the business and rent properties, make money, grow the portfolio.
Yeah, and 2.0 to that, and that's what I wanted to do, something different. I had an opportunity to reset. It's almost like this hurricane, these 2 hurricanes. Right now there's a lot of disaster. Kind of follow me here too, because I'm going here to get to a point. But right now it's tragic, right? There's a lot of it's a lot of incredible stories of people having to overcome, just sheer devastation. But soon individuals will realize the opportunity that comes with starting over and getting an opportunity to start over fresh. You see it with all the stuff being out on the street and the curbs and the trash and not trash. I don't want to say trash per se, people's belongings, not trash. There's trash there too that they had to pull from the streets. But mainly what touches my heart is the belongings of individuals being out on the street. And it looks tragic, but it also can be looked at in a different perspective, that it's an opportunity to start over fresh. And that's kind of how, and then I don't want people to think that, oh, who's this guy talking about starting over fresh? And obviously I live in Florida, so I went through the hurricanes myself. I did not lose a home, but I'm coming from a perspective of having lost. In 2012, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor and I lost everything. My speech, my ability to walk and talk. And so I had to come back from that. And when you said, my passion or what it is I do is educate, yes, but I needed to reinvent myself. I needed to reinvent the industry. I wanted to do something different than just educate. Everyone educates. Now you can go on YouTube and educate yourself in any subject matter. Yeah. So I wanted to go a step further, and that's why I built Buy It, Rent It, Profit Education, because I wanted to develop a platform, and we're quickly growing as one of the world's largest platforms for individuals who own and operate income-producing property. So, that's what I wanted to do, was insulate these individuals with not only education, but tools and resources. And that's what I came up with on my comeback. So that's kind of how I tie in this hurricane, that through these tragedies, it also gives you an opportunity to reinvent. Because had I not been diagnosed with this brain tumor and had to take a step back after 5 to 6 years of being on the sidelines, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to develop to what I have today, which is now, we've partnered with companies like Tampa Housing Authority to be their official provider, companies like Stewart Title we're working with, helping them in the education space. Would not be doing any of this had it not been that tragedy. And so there's opportunities there to reinvent. There's opportunities to do a 2.0. As entrepreneurs, there's opportunity in this tragedy. So so that's how I tie those two in together. And I've just been blessed to be able to do exactly what I envisioned.
Makes total sense, especially when you're talking about the disaster of the last two hurricanes that's came through here. I'm in Florida as well. I'm in the Tampa Bay area right now as I speak to you.
Me
So
too. Yeah.
I've gone through it with you. We've all gone through it together, and I get it that people who've lost everything, this is an opportunity to reset, and you're giving them an educational platform to learn something new and avoid potentially being in the crisis situation they've been through this hurricane process that we've all had to deal with.
Absolutely. There's so many William owners that are going to have to walk away from their properties because they owned them outright, didn't have flood insurance. There's so many different stories and dynamics of what do I do now? Tenants are walking away from the rental units. What are my legal rights? What are the tenants' legal rights? And so being able to have a trusted resource, because right now, because we both live in Tampa, I'm in South Tampa, right off of Bayshore. And so we're both in Tampa. So we see on the news right now, do you see all the specials on scammers? That are these the contractors and the guys that are trying to take people's homes from them. And so there's where's the trusted value? And so that's what we take heart in by partnership with the companies like the Tampa Housing Authority and working with companies like Stewart Title. It's trusted brands and names that people can gravitate to go and get quality training and education and systems and resources. And so, I'm very proud of that. And absolutely, my heart goes out as you know, as we drive down these streets, still, we see everybody's belongings. But again, coming from, telling individuals or telling you things that I know that I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard, that yes, there's tragedy here, but there's an opportunity for a reboot, and there's an opportunity for a rebirth, and an opportunity to start over. As difficult as it may seem right now, it is a tremendous opportunity that I think lies ahead for a lot of individuals.
Yeah, fantastic. So if you're a viewer watching this, you can reach out to Bryan at his details underneath his portion of the video. Again, as Bryan said, if you have had a disaster from this, and my hat goes out to you, because we've had friends stay with us who lost everything in Tarpon Springs. They just went to rented accommodation on Monday. They were with us. They were with us for 18 days from the first Hurricane Helene. So if you're one of those people and you're looking for a fresh start, something new, something exciting maybe to get the juices flowing again, reach out to Bryan because he can educate you in the real estate world and how it can benefit you. So as we kind of wind down this short interview, Bryan, tell me a little bit about the program. What is the educational part? What are you actually teaching?
Yeah, we're teaching all aspects of owning and operating rental investment property. But the key that I think the viewers and listeners should understand that it's all free. It's made possible by partnerships like with Stewart Title and Tampa Housing Authority. You do not have to pay me for any of the education, training, tools, or resources. It's all 100% free. The membership is free. The access to the tools and resources are free. So if you want to be a landlord, you own rental investment property, you want to learn how to break into it, all the tools, all the resources, all the education, it's free. We do live trainings. Would love to have you come in and talk about cost-saving techniques for business and operations, because what you do directly correlates to us as operators of owning apartment buildings. So, that budgeting and understanding where that money is and how to find it is really important in the P&L to us. So, education, we're doing live trainings on a weekly basis. We have CE courses. And again, it's free. We're not going to cost you a dime.
That blows me away. So if you're watching this and this piques your interest and you have had that problem, the disaster that we all wish you didn't have, and you're looking to reset, or you just want to get into the industry, it's free. Go and grab some. Go and get yourself some free education, and maybe you could become a millionaire in the property world. So,
Absolutely.
Bryan, thank you very much for coming on. This has been really timeous for everybody watching this, because we've just come through. In fact, we're not actually done with it, as you say.
No,
in the Tampa Bay area, you're driving around, you're still seeing you're still seeing some of the leftovers from the storms. We're not through it yet, but thank you very much for coming on, because this is a wonderful message, and I will be asking my team at headquarters who promotes this for me to put this to the front of the queue and get you out first next week, hopefully.
I appreciate it, William. I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate what you're doing here on this show. I just caught wind of this, but if there's anything I can do to support you, what you're doing is a wonderful platform for entrepreneurs to get their name out there. So hats off and kudos to you for doing this and taking the time to do this and to help others. That says a lot about you and what you do and who you are and your character.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on the show, Bryan. Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you around town, brother.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
now hand it over to Dave for the weather.